Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and get started here. Hey everybody, I'm Clay Bollinger with Roof Maxx of Hickory. We have territories in Hickory and also one that stretches from Lenora up to Banner Elk. To talk about your roof cycle, the aging of it, initially they're just going to age really quickly. They're going to lose, shingle manufacturers put in extra granules on top of it, so when they're moving them, when they're installing them, they'll start to fall off, and over the first 5 to 6 years, they're going to age really, really quickly. And in that 6 to 10 year range is where we would suggest, whether it's us doing a free roof assessment or a home inspector going out to do it, we would suggest in that 6 to 10 year range that you get somebody to come out there and take a look at it and just show you at least what's going on, be proactive, get more years out of your roof with being proactive and doing all the maintenance that you need to do. And you may have a better roof on your house right now. In the 1990s and going into the 2000s, shingles were about twice as thick. As you can see, it was just a better product back then. They had more petroleum, and it just had more life in it. They were made to last longer. What I like to relate it to is kitchen appliances. They're not really made to last that long anymore. They're made to be replaced. And that's similar to what's happening to your shingles today. We have the same manufacturer, same styles, just way, way less product and something that gets brittle quicker and needs to be replaced earlier. As for the anatomy of the shingle, generally you're going to have a fiberglass mat, and then you'll have a layer of asphalt, followed by your granules, which is for UV protection, and it's also an aesthetic choice. You can get a different color with that. And the sealant strip, which is also asphalt-based, it has petroleum in it. It's another thing that our product helps to restore and helps your shingles adhere to the roof. As your roof ages, it loses these oils, it loses the petroleum, and that's what our product can really go in and help with, is restoring this petroleum so they don't lose their flexibility, they don't start to, crack. Thermal cracking is what we call it, when they pull apart in the middle, and on a day-to-day basis, the weather changes so much. So a perfect example was this Tuesday, it was 30 degrees when I left the house. When we got to a job, 2 o'clock that afternoon, it was 70 degrees, but that's just outside temperature. Your roof's temperature was getting up to about 100 in there, and in the summer you'll go up to about 150 or 160 degrees. So your roof changes drastically from day to night and needs to be able to contract and expand, or it will start to fail. You'll have cracking, you'll have breaks, you'll have streaking and curling as well. So, short video on how Roof Maxx works. Well, it worked earlier. Huh. Well, it's only a 1-minute video and I'm going to cover it anyways, so I'll move on to the next slide. All right, the shingle conditions we evaluate. When I get out to your roof, throw a ladder on, easiest access point for us, the first thing we're going to check is the amount of granules that are on top of your shingles. If you don't have 70% or more of the granules, it's not something we can treat. There's not enough product left that it's worth us going out, spraying it, helping to restore your roof. We'll also check their flexibility. We have 2 examples up here. We can let you come up and feel, just to show the flexibility of the shingles, what they should be versus what they get to if they're not treated with something like Roof Maxx or if they're just aging poorly. We also have cracking and curling. The curls will start to sit down better if you apply our product. Additional factors we consider, there's storm damage, improper fastening. So with storm damage, you'll have, like here, you have wind damage. You could have scattered holes throughout they look like holes, it's little bits and parts where your asphalt's been beat up by hail. We can go identify that. If you have a similar break throughout the shingles and it's on one part of the roof, likely a manufacturer defect. And then we can also identify like poor ventilation, thermal cracking I mentioned earlier, when shingles contract and expand, moving left to right and generally break down the middle. If you're starting to see horizontal breaks or just breaks that are looking more like a lightning pattern, kind of random, that is poor ventilation, and that's something else we can help you identify. So how much does it cost? We run on a by square foot basis, so the size is the most important part. Slope is also a big factor, and what all we need to clean off your roof. Typically right now it's just pine needles, leaves will go up, we'll take leaf blowers, get all that off. And then the next thing we consider is the tune-up. And I'll go into detail more about that later. But it's just the amount of tune-up necessary. If we have to replace a lot of shingles, obviously it's going to take us way more time to do that. It may lead to an upcharge, but typically all small repairs we can handle fine. And then we want to ensure your property is protected, and our setup's going to take a while because we take precautions to just be safe. We want to be safe. We want to do everything right for your home and for all of our team. We want them to be safe. I have a few things we use right over here. We have our cougar paws, which are the boots. We have our foam pad, pitch hopper. They have similar product on the bottom of them. They just adhere well to the roof. The little pitch hopper can hold up to 250 pounds, hold you up there easy. You can use it up to a 12-12 pitch. And as far as your gutter protection, we'll use ladder stabilizers. A little piece of orange right here. It just wraps around the ladder. It goes in between your ladder and your gutter, so we're not causing any more damage there, and it helps it to stay in place. And a roof inspection, whether you go through our free assessment or if you go through a home inspector, I'd highly suggest after 5 years of roof life that you would get somebody to get out there every 2 to 3 years, be proactive, maintain your roof to get the most life out of it. And what to expect is our roof tune-up. We remove obstructive debris, as I had mentioned earlier. We'll go up there with leaf blowers, get rid of leaves, pine straw, or in your valleys, a lot of times you'll have an accumulation of granules, especially if it's an old and brittle roof. We'll go blow that off first. Then we'll start our repairs. We can go in, replace damaged shingles. We'll go into your plumbing boots like you see here. It's a little dry rotted. We don't replace the whole plumbing boot. We have what's called a rain collar. It's a little rubber gasket that will go and slide in on top of it, airtight seal on top of it, just to give your house more protection. We'll also go through and caulk over and around flashing. As far as nail pops, anything that could lead to a leak in your house, we'll go and put a roof grade caulking we use through the roof right now. And another good way to picture this is picture the conditions of your asphalt roads. They're fine forever. They look really, really good. They're smooth for a long time. You start to see a little crack. You may not even notice it. Water gets in there, starts to expand, especially when they freeze. It leads to cracking because they were not maintained properly. That's something we do is help to maintain your asphalt shingles. They work very similar to your roads. So you have cracking, you have loss of flexibility, as I mentioned. If they can't contract and expand like they're supposed to, they will break. It will lead to leaks over time. And same as with the roads, it allows for less permeability, less water intrudes it, less water gets in to your house and causes problems. And what I like to picture is driving from North Carolina to South Carolina. You'll notice most of the roads here are pretty smooth, well maintained. You get over to South Carolina, you start to get bumpy. It's because they don't maintain the roads. They're not proactive. They are not trying to get the most life out of their existing roads like we're trying to get the most life out of your existing asphalt shingles. All right, and it is verified by The Ohio State University. They've done rapid age testing, so we know we can do 3 treatments, 5 years apiece. And our product helps restore the flexibility to that of a newer shingle. What they do is perform a Hagg's brittleness test. They'll go up, unseal if needed, your shingles, go bend them up 3 times, and they want to see upwards of 45 degrees of flexibility in these shingles. After treated with Roof Maxx, they pass this test. So it helps with the pliability, flexibility, helps your adhesion for your top granule layer, helps decrease impact damage, usually hail. Sometimes, branches and stuff can blow on as well. Helps reduce the impact damage there, and it doesn't increase the risk of fire for your roof. In as little as 30 minutes, we can go through and perform this treatment. Typically, the spray is somewhere between 30 minutes to an hour, and what really takes us a long time is, like we had mentioned earlier, we want to leave your property better than we found it. We want everything to be in as good a shape as we got there. That's why we have all this safety equipment, getting it set up, going around, doing everything properly, and the roof tune-up is what's going to take the bulk of the time. But we can do it in significantly less time and with less waste than replacing a full roof. And what we need is for the shingles to not get, or the temperature outside to not go below 36 degrees or rain within an hour after we spray, and then over the next 72 hours, the product will seep into the shingles and help restore their flexibility, help restore their petroleum. So it's an environmentally friendly product for your average size here in the United States, average size roof in the United States. You save roughly 4 tons from going into the landfill, and shingle manufacturers take over 1,400 kilograms to produce enough shingles for your roof. So if you save it with Roof Maxx, treat it with Roof Maxx, help rejuvenate it, you will be helping all this from going into waste. It's also environmentally friendly. It's safe for you, me, your kids, your plants outside. If you have any cats, animals, anything that gets out there. So for our process, we'll wet down around the house after we've done the tune-up. We go do our Roof Maxx treatment. No matter what we do, there's going to be a little overspray. So we'll go out and we'll rinse the property around the house afterwards. And here we have 2 case studies. There was a homeowner in Alabama, had a 15-year-old roof. They had it treated with Roof Maxx, had no idea that a big hurricane's about to come through there. Hurricane Sally came through. And as you can see here, we have a Roof Maxx treated roof and 3 other neighbors that either needed, extensive repairs or a full roof replacement. Theirs was helped by Roof Maxx, helps them be flexible, helps the wind not affect it as much. And for our other case study, we have a homeowner and remodeling contractor in Iowa. He treated his detached garage. He was a little skeptical about Roof Maxx, so he just did the detached garage, didn't do his house. Little did he know, a couple weeks later, a bunch of hail comes in, one of the worst storms they've ever had. His roof had to be fully replaced, while his detached garage suffered minimal damage. And of course, your satisfaction is our top priority. We want to leave your house in better shape than we found it. We as owners go through plenty of training to even get the dealership to get approved for it, and our sales guys and technicians, they also go through several hours of training, and they'll go through a demo with me up on your roof, just what we go through for a spray job, so they really know what's going on there. And we're also fully insured, and mentioned several times, we have plenty of safety equipment, and we're going to be as safe as possible. I do have to mention our owners and founders. It's Mike and Todd Fiesel. They were in roofing for 25 years. They saw, like I showed you, the 90 shingles compared to that of what we have today. It's an inferior product. They had been in it forever. What they wanted to do was go out and help people. They saw this inferior product continue to be put on roofs. Mike Fiesel had said, my brother and I could see the staggering number of roofs at risk across the country, and they wanted to do something about it. That's how they wound up coming up with this Roof Maxx treatment. So we are proud of our partnership with the Dave Thomas Foundation. By the year 2030, Roof Maxx's goal is to help put 25,000 kids into forever homes, and we'll be doing that by having all of our dealerships and corporate 1.5% of all of our profits will be going to the Dave Thomas Foundation for adoption. We were down at our conference 2 weekends ago now, and we started it's been less than a year that we've been partners with them, but with that 1.5% of our profits, we were able to give around $280,000 to the Dave Thomas Foundation. We also have some celebrity backers, some that really enjoy this product. Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank approved of it. Not only has he gone and said good things about it, this is the new wave. This is just another option you can use instead of replacing your old roof. He has multiple dealerships down in Florida, so he really believes in it and invested with it in Shark Tank and on his own, and again, he's still running multiple dealerships down in Florida. We're available in 600 plus cities across the country. We have around 400 dealers right now. I think it's just under that. We're pretty much going to be able to get out to you wherever you are. We're going to have a dealer that we can refer you to, or hopefully one that we can get out there ourselves. Don't just do homes. We do mostly residential, but we also help with apartment complexes, shopping centers, and right here you'll just see these are just some big brand names that we have been able to either partner with or go and put our Roof Maxx treatment on one of their roofs. All right, and that's it. I have any questions? Also, we have shingles over here if y'all want to come and feel the difference. It's a 20-year-old shingle. We had gone and treated. You can see, well, I won't tell you which one's which. When you go up and feel the flexibility, you'll be able to tell which one was treated by Roof Maxx. Yes, sir.
How long after a new roof is put on would you typically recommend when it's time to come in and put Roof Maxx?
6 to 10 years is so. For the first 5 years of life, there's nothing that our product's not going to help restore that petroleum. Sorry, it's not going to help restore that petroleum. So once it gets to 6 years, that's when the shingles are made to age really quick at the beginning, lose a ton of granules. Again, that 6 to 10 year range. We do offer a free assessment. Anyone older than that, we've helped a 26 or 24-year-old 3-tap shingle. We've also helped a 26-year-old architectural shingle, and we've had other dealers do shingles up to 30 years of age. But again, after the first 5 years is a good time to just get somebody to go out, do an assessment. Even if it's not us, I would highly suggest having a home inspector go out every 2 to 3 years after you get to that age point, just so you can be proactive and get the most out of your roof.
And then how often would you do it after that? Come out and do it today, how many years later would y'all do it again?
Yeah, 5 years. So we can do up to 3 treatments, so it's 15 years in total, but we'll give you a warranty for 5 years that it will maintain the flexibility of your shingles. All right. Anything? Anybody want to come up and feel these shingles, or you want me to pass them around? You will get a little bit of the granules on you, but again, we can go around and flex them for you if you do want to just see the difference in them.
Yeah, one other question.
Yes, sir.
I think it was a minute late. What is the secret sauce in your spray that, make it more flexible and have the life feel what's in the product?
So it's derived from soy. The oil itself is called soy methyl ester. And if you look, like, chemically, soy is like 1 compound away from being petroleum. That's why it's able to go through and restore your asphalt roofs.